All right, welcome everybody to Wellbeing Wednesday. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to have these beautiful women here with me today. Just some of the most amazing souls on the planet, and they all have something in common. We all hang out at the Center for Radiant Wellbeing together. And that means that we do Reiki together, we do brain yoga together, we do exercise together, we yoga together, we lift weights together, we show up, we roll right out of bed and show up on Zoom together. So we're having an interesting journey, but more than that, I just invited everybody to come on and to share whatever benefits, or what their experience is, good or bad, right? I mean, prime anybody. Just whatever their experience is to share with others, because my goal, my intention is to help uplift well being in a million people. And I clearly can't do it by myself. So here's four beautiful women who know X amount of people who are going to see this video. So you could see how quickly a million people could actually have their well-being increase. So thank you for being here. Thank you so much. So Judy, I would say what her location is, but it probably looks different on everybody's screen. So Judy Heinman is here. Janice is here. Joan is here. Joan Warren. Janice Hiscock. Is that how you say?
Yep,
Okay.
that's right.
And not last but not least, the amazing Suli Yates is here from the UK. So thank you for meeting with us, Suli. I know it's a little later in the day for you, so thank you. All
Pleasure.
right, thank you. So let's start. Let's start. Let's start with your why. Okay, why are you at the center? What made you go to the center, or what was your why that brought you to the center?
I'll go.
Okay.
Um, um, my weight is what brought me to the center.
Okay.
I'm going to be 72 this year, and it seems that in the past 5 years, each year, a few more pounds got added, a few more pounds got added. And then with all of the virus and closing of everything, and I didn't even want to walk in town. And then the winter was coming on. And then in October, lo and behold, the universe brought the center in my life. And it's like, I just need to move. And I was telling Nora the other day, I think in the beginning, I was doing like 4 to 5, 6 classes a day that she was offering. I couldn't get enough of it. So for me, it was my ability to be able to move, to release the excess weight that I had added, and to just gain strength and mobility and balance that I haven't had in this form for a long time.
Wow.
So I'm eternally grateful.
Aw, you're so welcome, Jude. I love that because it's not just about the weight, it's or the body. It is about mobility and flexibility and being strong and being sturdy, right? We talk about our unshakable balance, right? That's what we all need. I mean, the years are gonna go by, but the question is, how are we gonna be while those years are going by? And we have a choice. So I love it. Thank you, Jude. And
You're,
your before and after pictures are on the website. I'll post them again after this live. But your before and after pictures are pretty remarkable.
yeah, I told Nori this when I first took the first picture in October. I wasn't happy with that picture.
Aw.
I wasn't happy because I had put on so much weight. I wasn't happy. I wasn't really thrilled with that. But when I took the second picture, which was the end of November, I was like, damn, okay, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's right.
Yeah.
High five yourself.
That picture felt really good.
And that picture is amazing, really. So when you see yourself, right, in that picture, or when you take that picture and look at yourself and you see yourself the way that you are, what's that feeling that comes up for you guys?
To me, me, it's proud. It's more self-care.
Yes.
And I can see the results. So that spurs me on to do other things that are good for me.
Oh, I like that. Kind of like a domino effect.
Yes, definitely.
That's really good.
Mhm.
That's so good. Well, I think, and I think it's documented that people automatically think that you're older if you're carrying extra weight. And
Mhm.
personally, looking at my pictures, I always felt like I looked older when I was carrying extra weight. I was like, oh, there's that matronly look that I never wanted to have. You know. So if appearing youthful is a desire, then you have control over that without having to go to extreme measures, like to get surgery or something. We have control over that. So, and I love that, Joan, because it inspired you to do other things. Now you're doing weights, you're doing stretch, you're doing yoga, you're doing the sugar-free challenge.
You don't understand. You have no clue.
What?
I'm a retired school principal, very sedentary. I'm an active life coach, again, pretty sedentary. My whole life has been that way. I have never followed through with any exercise program
Wow.
whatsoever. And what brought me to the center is, of course, I love these ladies, but what brought me to the center was my um, balance was getting really bad, flexibility. I want to be able to get down on the floor and play with those grandbabies and get back up again.
Yes.
So without needing help. So I thought I would do something about that. And it's been amazing.
That's so great.
Amazing. Mhm.
So how is your ability to get on the floor and get back up going?
I could show you right now.
I love it. I love
I
that.
can get up and down, no problem. But it's leaked out in other areas too. I feel more confident. I take better care of myself when
Right.
it just all blends in. I'll take chances. I'm eating a lot better.
Yay.
Just drawing um, from other ladies and their issues. I just can't say enough about this center.
Aw.
At first, I thought, hey, I don't have to get dressed, get in the car, find a parking spot.
Right?
But yet, I feel like the teacher, whoever the teacher is, can see me and modify the exercises for what's good for me. And I feel totally supported. That's it, supported.
Oh, that's so good. That is good. I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Joan. Suli and Jan, what's your
Um,
why? Yeah. Get down, Mama.
oh, John, no, John, as you go. Oh, okay. Okay. Um, I used to go swimming every day at the aquatic center, and after COVID hit, um, I became more inactive and just did the occasional walk and put on the COVID weight.
Right.
And I've always struggled with my weight. And come November, December, it's okay, let's find out what I can do. And uh, the center has given me belief,
Aw.
courage.
Aw.
Um, I couldn't get out. I was practically really scared to get off the floor when I first met Nori. I was like, okay. And thankfully Nori showed me how to get up health like safely, and every day it's a progress. I might have a bad day getting off the floor and have better days. And I guess and weight loss and feeling better about myself and
Yay.
achieving a goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so happy you're with us.
me too.
Yeah. Yeah. And Janice is the one, when you turn the music on, she's like got the beat waiting. She's got the hips going. She's like, there's always one of those in class. They're like, yay, it's Janice. I love it. I love it. And you're doing amazing, you know, and mobility and being able to get up and down is a really, really important part of what we do at the center. But it's not like we have one whole class where you learn mobility, although we could. But I build it in to the other classes that are more preferable, you know, because nobody wants to think, oh, I got to go take that class because I can't, right? So it's the other classes that we love, and we just build. We build in literally reaching for the top shelf on the closet, right? And then you have to get up on one foot to really get what you're trying to get. We practice that. We practice going up, we practice balancing, we practice going down, we practice closing our eyes and lifting our heels, right? Because we always want to be able to connect with our body in space and time, right? And sometimes when you are anxious or you're in an emergent situation, that's when you disconnect, and that's when accidents can happen. But that's not what happens for we who play together at the center. So, yay. Suli again, last but not least.
I'm going to have to tell you the reason why I
Please.
worked with you initially, because obviously I started working with you in your 12-week immersion, body, mind, spirit and soul, before the centre opened. But the reason why I made the intention to do that was because a couple of years ago, having put the weight on, feeling like aging was, well, this is what happens, you know, people saying it's much harder to lose the weight when you get older. Rubbish. But you know, that's a real myth. And I'm here to tell you that. I went to Cornwall with Angie and Kat a couple of years ago, and we went up Tintagel, which is this huge, great cliff top, loads and loads of staircases. And I went up the first few steps and it shocked me. I couldn't breathe. I felt I was in pain. I literally wept because it shocked me, because I was a dancer. So to go from being a dancer to however many years later, not being able to go up a simple flight of steps without pain, and I thought, that's it. And I did get to the top. It took me a long time, but I thought, right, I'm going to go back there one day. And I'm going to go up those steps and I'm going to get to the top and feel elated because I'm a different person. And so your course came out, I began it, and with your amazing instruction, your knowledge, your wisdom, my goodness, it transformed my life. Suddenly, when I'm putting my trousers on, instead of having to lift one leg up to put my trouser leg in, it's just up it comes. Weight dropped off. And my partner said the other day when we went for a walk, he said, I can't remember, I think he said it was about, so the amount of weight that you lost was the equivalent of, I think he said 20 bags of sugar. And he said, can you imagine carrying around 20 bags of sugar?
Wow.
Even just the losing weight, which wasn't the intention, that happened as a result of what I was doing with you. Even losing that weight improved my health, improved the way that I moved, but the mobility, the idea that I can, like you were saying, Joan, get up and get down and trip the light, fantastic.
Yes.
You know, all of that, it just improves your life. It uplifts you. You feel more confident, but it's the maneuverability. It's the ability to do things. It's the ability to go for a walk and not feel like you're going to collapse after whatever, you know, all of that. It just improves the quality of your life. And so after that, when the centre started, as a result of the people that came together in that group and your idea, amazing idea, I can now keep it going. And that weight that I lost, not even a pound of it has gone on, because I've transformed my whole way of looking at food, at health, everything. So I'm kind of eternally grateful to you and for the centre as well, to be able to have a space where you can meet up and keep that going, keep that momentum going of health, you know, and stamp on that myth that it has to be anything other than healthy and radiant and moving, being able to move. Yeah,
Definitely. Oh, thank you for that. And, you know, some people may not have related to what you said, but because of maybe age or lifestyle, younger people may not have related if it were a different point in time. But after a year, right, a little bit more than a year of all of us having our lifestyle, right, just slam the brakes on the lifestyle, hurry up and sit down, right? I mean, that's what the year has been. Hurry up and sit down and, oh, I think I'm hungry again, right? So I think there's more people now, not just necessarily people who are of a certain age, that goes, you know what? It did sneak up on me. It did come in the back door, and all of a sudden I was like depressed because here, I'm not even the person I was a year ago. I mean, some people 5 pounds can do it. Some people wake up and there's 50 pounds, and you're like, wow, this is overwhelming. But there's so many options available to make things change for yourself, right? Yeah, and this is one of them. So that was your why. What else? I'm saving the good stuff for last. All right. What's the most surprising thing that you found now that you've been at the center for the time that you have? Like something that you didn't expect would happen but happened, or something that you didn't know when you went in and now you know, and it could be about anything. It could be about yourself. Yeah.
I will share
one.
you. Oh, sorry, Joan. I went first before you go first.
Go ahead, Joan. Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have to tell you that I can open any jar around. I don't need to ask for help. Okay.
That's awesome. That's true, right? I mean, you're holding on to dumbbells, so you're increasing, right, the muscle grip in your hand. We're doing downward facing dogs, we're doing push-ups or let-downs, we're doing dips. Absolutely, your strength is going to increase. I love that. And when the men in your life start handing the jar to you, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So that's a great aha. Really good aha. Thank you. Jude?
I had 2 ahas.
Okay.
One was, I can't believe how I absolutely love working out with weights.
Wow.
I've only been a gym member once in my life. I've always done like aerobic videos or DVDs or whatever throughout my younger years. But I never, weights to me was like, no, I don't want to build those muscles and look like like I'm going to fall over because I'm top heavy with weights or muscles. But I absolutely love the weights. And the thing that I love, and I've said this a million times, is, Nori, I absolutely love your methodology of teaching. You are an amazing teacher. And I'm not saying that lightly, because you have the knowledge from your nursing career and the knowledge from your personal training career combined to give us an absolute fabulous teacher. So you are the rock star teacher.
Thank you.
So that was
sweet.
That was one thing that I really loved, was working out with weights. And the other thing, I've never had a really strong lower back. And Nori has her abs classes on Tuesday night, and I'm like, I'm never doing abs. I am not going there. Well, I've done it the past 3 weeks, and I absolutely love it.
I love it.
I have gained so much strength in my lower back and in my abs, and go figure, I could have never or would have never believed that except from Nori.
Aw, that's so fun. I remember one day you said, like, oh, I hate abs. I said, I'm going to get you to love abs. And then there was one day we were working out. I snuck some abs in, not the usual abs, but something that definitely affects the abs. And I was like, those are some sneaky abs there, Jude. She's like, oh yeah, they were. I am thrilled that you love abs. That just makes me so happy. It's amazing.
And I think the confidence building in the fact that I do have the strength and the balance and the ability to do everything that you do in class.
Yeah, you do.
You walk straighter, taller, chest out, shoulders back, and you're like, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. And I wasn't walking like that last October when I joined.
Right.
So I'm eternally grateful.
Right. And you know what I noticed, and tell me if you guys experienced this, even now, because when we did the 12-week immersion, I was still like debilitated, just about. And so now I've come so far, in my own rehabilitation. But all of a sudden, time goes by and you're not thinking about things, and all of a sudden you're somewhere and you see your reflection in the window, or all of a sudden you feel something different in your body, and it's like a major aha moment. It's like the culmination of everything that you put in, getting up to show up at 7 o'clock in the flippin' morning, right? All of that suddenly manifests and you feel it, and it's like, wow, this is so good. You can't ever really tell people that that's going to happen, because when you're first starting, all you think about is, oh, I feel uncomfortable. Am I going to be embarrassed? So you don't really buy into the trainer telling you this. It's when you first feel it, or when you first get up effortlessly off the floor, right? Or you do something that's completely different with your grandchildren or your dog, that you go, yeah, this stuff really is true. Yeah. So,
Judy,
Sorry.
it's funny you should mention that you hold yourself differently, you walk differently. The other day, I was talking with my husband and I said, well, do you notice anything different about me? He goes, oh, yeah, a lot. He says,
Oh,
you carry yourself differently. You
wow.
go up and down stairs differently.
nice.
I couldn't believe it, because it's so gradual that you don't notice yourself, but somebody else looking on.
Yeah,
I was so thrilled with that.
Oh, I love that.
that's
That's
awesome.
so good.
I had a moment like that with my partner as well. I think I
Yeah.
told you, Nori, towards the beginning, when I had to buy a new pair of jeans because I couldn't, literally, you could get two of me in my old pair of jeans. I put my new jeans on and I was washing up, and I said, do you like my new jeans? And those cartoons when they go like that, the eyes shoot out, the tongue hangs. No, he doesn't usually notice me, or he doesn't say anything. He doesn't really necessarily give me compliments ever, but that was like, yes.
Yes.
That reaction said it all, right?
Yes, I noticed. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I love it.
So that was a real.
I don't know about you ladies, but I don't notice that much with my clothes. Like Nori said to me once, yeah, those pants are way too big. You need to get rid of them. And I'm like, well, they're okay. She's like, no.
Oh yeah, I've still got
So
loads of clothes that are too big.
Either tailor them or get rid of them.
Yeah, no, I'm going to.
Right.
That's one of my ahas, or that's one of my things. I've been keeping hold of my old jeans because there was a part of me that's thinking perhaps I'll have to use them again. No, I'm going to get a bag and I'm going to put them all in a bag and they're going out.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be that size ever again.
Yeah. And I mean, there were many years where I had my fat jeans, my regular jeans, and my skinny jeans, and I would literally have three pairs, three sizes to go up and down in. And that's not good for anybody. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your emotions. It's not good for your relationship. 'Cause I don't know about you guys, but when I gained weight, I got cranky. I mean, I was not a happy, chubby person. So, Jan, any aha moments?
Awareness.
Awareness. I like it.
Awareness. Being aware of my muscle groups through the help of you, Nori.
Yay.
Realizing, I can do a pelvic tilt. and stability. I was able to get up on a step stool and hang some pictures the other day.
Get out.
And being aware of what I'm doing, how to prevent injuries.
Yeah.
I need to get down, kneel down instead of bending over. I start using my knees.
Excellent.
And bending at the waist, and it's just listening to my body and being aware. And yeah.
I love that. I love that. And it's so interesting because, I'm thinking back to the 12-week immersion that the center was born out of. And so many of the weekly segments, you guys are speaking to them. The awareness, the mindfulness, the body awareness. So good. So good. Oh my goodness. Really, really good. So Susan, let's do shout outs. Susan Bradley Bortfield is here. She cracked up Sully at what Mike said. John Garland is here. Linda, of course, is here, manning the chat room. Helene is here. And Helene has been like a closet member. Like she does it in the shadows, but she was doing the wall sits, and she's so much stronger as a result of it. And I'm so glad, so glad. Linda said she loved the 12 weeks. She didn't want it to end. I know. Aww. Really good. So tell me what is new about food for you guys, because from being at the center. Anything different with food? Sully's like,
I'd have to say everything.
really?
I'd got into a terrible habit since giving up dancing, since falling pregnant and all of that, of snacking. Crisps in the evening, and I think you call them chips over there. Crisps in the evening, whatever, the occasional donut, bagels. And like you were saying, it creeps in and it becomes a habit. And so it's almost like something to do in the evening. Oh, I'm just going to go and have a packet of crisps or, whatever. I don't do any of that. None of that. I just have my little handful of nuts as a little sort of fuel up, I think you called it, in the immersion. That's all. And I don't want it. I'm fine. Absolutely do not want it. And also my portions have gone from that to that.
Right.
And it was effortless. It wasn't an effort.
I love it.
I think that's all down to you, and it's all down to the way that you structured that course and the way that you, and so I'm eternally grateful for that. So I'm giving Mike and my son his meals, and they're still a little bit on the big side, a little bit smaller than they were, but they're still quite big. But mine is like half the size almost, and it fills me up. I'm okay. Yeah.
That's so great. That's so great.
Healthier options as well. Healthier options.
That's great. And then if you want a treat, you don't have any guilt, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I had a lovely cheesecake for my birthday.
Oh, I could go for a piece of cheesecake.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
Aww,
I would say with the addition to the center, the 15-day sugar-free challenge.
Yes.
And I did sugar-free once before in '94, and it was a health issue. And it was great, but you forget, and then you go back on sugar, and it's just like nothing happened. So when you started this 15-day challenge for sugar-free, I said, okay, you're going to do this, and you're going to stick to it, and I'll allow myself a treat. And we have a fabulous ice cream store here that they get their farm milk fresh from the local farm, and they make the best ice cream. And last Friday, I was like, okay, I'm going to go get a little dish of cookies and cream ice cream. It's like, do you know that I told Nori I ate 2 teaspoons of that? And I'm like, nah, I don't want this.
Yeah.
It was like my body was saying to me, what are you giving me?
Yeah.
I don't want this. And I told my daughter-in-law, I said, you can have the rest of that. I didn't touch it. I just took a couple spoons out of it, but I don't want it.
Yeah.
And today I had to go to the grocery store, and everybody knows Easter holiday is coming.
Oh, yeah.
And I looked at the whole aisle just full of garbage.
Yeah.
Those Peeps and all these candies. And I thought, and the parents are going to go
Black
out.
jelly beans.
Yes, jelly beans, all this stuff. And I'm like, it's just, to me now, it's garbage.
I know.
It's just garbage.
I know. And when I go jelly beans, that is the 210-pound. It was actually more. I stopped getting on the scale at 210. That was that girl, you know. And then even when I was less weight and I was learning, you know, about my body and learning about food, I would still OD. And I have a friend of 30 years who will come on to tell you that I would OD on black jelly beans like every year. And I still love them, you know, and I still think of them the way I thought about them when I was 210 pounds. But now it's like you're saying, Jude, like I eat a couple of them and I'm like, wow, that's too sweet, you know? And that's what happens. How many times a day, how many times during our workouts are we saying, body, how can I love you today? So your body's saying, 2 teaspoons is it for today. That's your body telling you, here's how you can love me today.
Right? And I have never, ever heard anyone in my entire 71 years say, ask your body, how can I love you today? When you first said that, and I heard that, it was like, whoa, yeah, okay, body, are you? And my body was like, yes, we're listening, hello. It was like, oh my gosh, that was such an awareness.
And I can't take credit for that. That is access consciousness.
That's all right. You presented it to us, so I'm giving you credit.
Gary Douglas and Dane here, they've been doing this for years, and I studied with them a long time ago. So that comes from there. But, you know, after becoming a hypnotherapist, then I kind of put it together that, you know, the subconscious part of our mind, the healthiest part of our mind is in there wanting to speak to us. But sometimes it can't speak loud enough for us to hear it over what we're addicted to with food, you know? So when we say, body, how can I love you today? That's opening the give and take channel, right? To your body. Yeah. Yay, you guys rock. I see you thinking, Jan. What are you thinking about food?
Jelly beans.
I opened the jelly bean gate. I'm sorry.
Aren't the red ones good too? Like, come on.
Nah, I'm just strictly black or white. And that's so not my personality, but when in jelly beans, black or white, yeah.
I think healthier choices.
Yeah.
My weakness is pizza, because Vicki brings in pizza, or I'll go get her a slice of pizza, and I don't say no, but it's a work in progress. But the last 2 days I've been craving carrot sticks.
Wow. Now that's your body talking to you.
Yes. Yeah.
That is so great.
I think I'll take the carrot sticks over the jelly beans at the moment.
Yeah, I would too today. Yeah. But you catch me in one of those moments when my blood sugar is low, right? I mean, that's when we can lose our mind. When our blood sugar gets low and it's like, I can eat the legs off the chair right now, right? So the goal is to not let that happen, right? And that's Suli eating nuts, you know, intermittently. But when you get there, if we could just take a moment and go, all right, here's this whole pizza in front of me, and I know that I'm high risk for eating at least half of it. Let me grab some salad, let me grab some carrots, and then I'll tackle the pizza. And by the time you get to the pizza, you don't eat that much.
No.
Right? I love it. Joan, anything about food before we get on to the good stuff?
There's good stuff besides food?
That's true. That's true.
Well, like you said, before I put something in my mouth now, I think. Sometimes I choose to eat something that wouldn't be healthy, but I choose.
Exactly.
I'm not mindless about it. Just before we came on today, I hadn't had lunch, and I said, "Oh, I'm getting hungry." So I shared an apple with my husband and had some cashews. So, and I felt fine, you know?
So good.
Yeah. And I don't buy the things that I used to buy and keep them in the house because I know in a weak moment, I'm
Yeah.
going for those crisps.
Exactly.
So yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
More
And you know,
mindful.
and potato chips, right? Any jelly beans, any of those things that are so one at a time, right? Here comes the rhythm. You might be watching TV or watching a movie. Here's the rhythm, and you're stuck
The
in the
moment,
rhythm, and then you look, and there's like this much left in the bag. You're like, oh, I did that, I did that. Yeah, right. So it's the consciousness thing that's really important because, if we make a decision, right, I'm going to eat the whole pizza, great, go ahead and eat it. And at least you made the conscious decision, which means you're going to be aware of what comes next.
Yes.
So maybe I'm not going to be hungry for the rest of the day, likely. But back in the day when I would eat a half a pizza because I was so addicted to food that in 3 hours I thought I needed to eat again. And I would, and that's what kept me in that body. So, all right, let's talk about the really good stuff. Tell me how your body has changed and how you feel about it. That's the part that uplifts my heart. Not just the aesthetics, which is amazing. I see it in all of you. I probably see it before you see it. Because being a nurse and of course, having been a trainer, I always see it in the face first. That's the first place. And we don't really see it there. Yeah. All right. Tell me. Tell me about your body. Tell me about the way it feels.
Should I go then?
Please. Oh my goodness. No, yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Every single aspect of it is uplifting. The aspect that Mike noticed, and not just noticed, but it was a very favourable notice. And wearing smaller clothes, I love when people say, what size are you? I love saying, over here it will be 10 to 12. I'm 10 to 12 instead of 14 to 16.
Right.
It's like just saying that you're that smaller size. For me, it's like, and the fact that my dancer's body that I thought had completely been lost, completely. I didn't ever think I would see it again. It wasn't even, I just didn't even go there. And that emerging again and getting the sense of that strength and flexibility, still a bit of work to do there, but getting a sense of that again in now is just magic, absolute magic. Everything, going up and down the stairs and being able to go up and down the stairs and not sort of like, all of it, absolutely and a pizza. I love pizza as well. My one day off a week from cooking, we have a pizza, but we only have a small pizza. But instead of having the whole pizza, Mike and I share one. Wow. So it's benefited him as well because he's had to really think as well, and he's starting to start to think about his diet as well. So there's so many aspects. When I used to go and try clothes on, I used to hate.
This is good.
I used to hate looking at my body. I used to just see the fat and the rolls and the bulging out, and now it's like, wow.
You're like, yeah, give me those fluorescent lights. Go ahead. I don't care. I look good now.
I was staging because I probably wouldn't have done that a few years ago, but now it's like, wow.
Aww.
Fantastic. So much.
How about your health, Sue?
Sorry?
How about your health? How do you
my
feel?
health, just not carrying that weight. It transforms your life. It really does. And so I'm also able to look at Mike, who really does need to lose some, and actually say to him how wonderful it feels not to carry that weight. Yeah. How amazing it is. How it makes you feel younger. It is almost as if when you drop the weight, you drop the years. The years drop off you as well. Yes. And just feel. I mean, when I think of your age, Judy, I'm just amazed. Yeah. And I turned 60. And I saw a post the other day, somebody saying an OAP, old age pensioner at the age of 66, and I said, you have got to be joking. I am not an old age pension, and no one ever. Okay, on paper maybe, but I will never feel that way.
Yes.
Will never feel that way. So it's almost like the young person that is always there within me is
Absolutely.
actually able to play now, is actually able to come out and play. So that is priceless.
I love
Absolutely
that.
priceless.
I
Yeah.
love that. And just for American people, when I went to London and I saw this amazing pair of pants that I wanted to buy, and I went and I picked my size, and literally I got them up to my knees, and I was like, so the sizing is so different. I mean, a 10-12 that Sully wears is probably like a 4 to a 6 in America. So yeah, very, very different. Yeah. Who else? Tell me about how you feel in your body and your health, and yeah. This is my favorite part.
okay. I feel, I feel sexy.
You go, girl!
And the more important part to me is I was packing on some diagnoses,
Mm,
and I didn't like that one bit. And now my arthritis is feeling like it's not there.
wow.
I also had fibromyalgia, which can be extremely painful.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I feel good. So that's the world to me.
I love that. That's so important. And it's funny because I was thinking, tell me if you agree. I think the answer to almost everything is to move your
Oh,
body. Do you agree?
yes.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, you guys were with me. Many of you were with me. Um, this was before COVID hit, but it was the January, it was the February before COVID hit, and I had a fever for 3 weeks. But I was teaching the 12-week immersion, and literally I would get up, I'd drag myself out of bed, and even though I really didn't want to do it, intuitively, I felt it in my lungs, and I was like, I've got to breathe. So I would get up and I would do the class every single morning. And honest to God, I really believe that that's what helped me get better, without any intervention. And I went to the doctor today and I actually asked him, because I'm getting a new primary care doctor, I said, can you pull those records from, it'll be a year and a half ago, and can you look at my my chest x-ray? Because they saw all of what they called ground glass, which is not a good thing to have. That's the appearance of the x-ray. And they were accusing me of vaping or smoking because COVID hadn't happened yet. But I asked him, I said, could you look at that and let me know if you think I had COVID? And I think I did. And I think making myself get up and move is really what saved me. Really what saved me. Yeah. All right. I digress. Sorry. So tell me, Judy and Jan, tell me how you feel in your body. Tell me how Sheldon feels about you.
Sheldon doesn't want to go for walks right now. He's
He
tired out.
doesn't. Little man.
He is a little man. I feel good. I feel confident. I need to get a new bathing suit.
Aw, poor
Yes.
thing. Yay.
Yeah, I have to get a bathing suit for myself.
I love it.
And yeah, I feel toned.
Excellent. And you have, not to divulge secret, but it's not a secret, it's evident. You have the hip to waist ratio. You've got the hourglass, just like Sully. You both have the hourglass. And the benefit of that figure is that you can carry more weight and still look good. Because it doesn't really get stuck in one place like where it does with others, me. So that's a benefit, but you have a beautiful shape, and I'm so excited that you're with us, and I'm so excited you have to get a new bathing suit. And this year, when we all have to go shopping, right? Sully said it. Was there anything worse than going in the dressing room? I mean, maybe there was a curtain, maybe there wasn't, but worse than that, right? The floor was way questionable. You got to take your shoes off. And then you've got those fluorescent lights, the worst lighting ever, right? And the mirrors that aren't even good mirrors, so they distort your body on top of it. I mean, that was a horrible experience.
Traumatic.
Absolutely traumatic, really. It made me do catalog shopping. but but when you come to the center, you're gonna strut into the dressing room these days, right? Really. Jude, how do you feel regarding your health?
Oh, I feel absolutely amazing. I am so in touch with my body now, and more so since I started with the center, that as I got into 2 weeks of exercising, 4 weeks, 6 weeks of exercising, I would go to bed and lay on the bed at night and feel different muscle groups in my body. And I'm like, oh, I haven't felt you in a really long time. And it was wonderful. And there was one time, it must have been, I don't know, 6 or 8 weeks ago, I said to Nori, I went to the store today and I had a winter coat on. And I said, there was so much room in my coat. It was so awesome.
Like, where did this come from?
I've never felt that. And it's just like, yeah, I'm wearing that good. I feel good about that.
That's so
And
good.
I don't have any health issues at all.
That's amazing.
I didn't have any health issues before I started at the center. I was just carrying too much weight for my size.
Yeah.
I'm only 5'3.5", so I'm not a tall, lengthy woman. I can't carry a lot. And I was probably like at 150 pounds.
Wow. Wow. I didn't you come off so tall on the camera. So it's
Yeah.
it's funny, right? We all come off tall. So that's awesome.
I absolutely love the aspect that I'm mentally and physically aware of every part of my body.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Linda, I asked if anybody in the chat room has questions. Helene said she's so proud of all of us for feeling better about ourselves, for working out. Really good. So Linda asked the good question. What about your spiritual well-being? Has that changed at all since you've been working with your body and at the center? Joan, she's got the big head nod going. Tell us.
As I said before, everything spills over into other areas of your life. Yeah, I haven't missed a day of meditation,
Wow.
and I'm not kidding. And
I
I
believe
journal
you.
every day, and my affirmations, and I have never been this. Anyway, I have never gone this long without stopping an exercise day. As a matter of fact, if I can't make an exercise class, I go on demand and do one on my
That's awesome.
own.
So
So I've because I feel so good.
That's so good. That's
Mhm.
so good. And it does trickle out because, law of attraction, everything is energy. And what we're doing, the energetics of what we're doing with our body is going to make changes in the rest of our life. That's why at the center it's body, mind, spirit, and soul. You can get to where you want to be through any of those ways. We're just choosing to do it through our physical vehicle. And when our physical vehicle is vibing, at a high speed because it's healthy and its metabolic rate is high, well, that increases our well-being on all those other levels too. So, anybody else? Spirituality?
Well, I feel more blessed.
Aw, yay.
Yeah. We have our body and what choices we make. And when you have like arthritis or what Joan said, fibromyalgia, we have that choice to change. We have that choice and we're so lucky that we can make that change and recognize and set a goal and just go for it.
Yeah.
Be determined and focused, but we're so blessed to be able to
Aw.
drink water, exercise, and we have this vessel, and it's it's up to us to look after it.
I love that.
And that's how I feel.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. That is so holistic, and global. I mean, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, gratitude is the elixir for everything, right?
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. So if you could change one thing at the center, what would it be?
More
Not
weights
gonna
class.
hurt my feelings.
More weight class.
More weight classes? Okay. All right.
Love the weights.
You too. I love it.
And I get so much strength building from the weights.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Aw, that's awesome.
How about more abs?
More? I thought I'd never hear that.
You know,
Yes.
like a Thursday night, Judy.
Absolutely. Oh, get it? Absolutely. Yeah.
I do Thursday night abs. No, it's Tuesday, right?
It's Tuesday. Yeah, now it's going to be Thursday. Linda, can you please put that on the schedule?
Dan, I'm going to expect to see you on both Tuesday and Thursday night abs with me.
Okay.
See, and
As long as you don't yawn.
This is the beauty of hanging out at the Center for Radiant Wellbeing, just like in the old days when we used to go to the gym, right? You miss a few days, somebody at the gym's going to be, where have you been? Right? And that's what we do for each other. We're like, oh, wait a minute, this was your idea. Where are you? All right, get in here. Let's go. It's 6:00. Right? So good. So good. I love that. Suli, any?
I just want our time zones to merge. And I
Oh,
want
that I
so that
know.
I can join you in more classes, because I see you all talking about your classes and I'm getting ready for bed and I'm thinking, oh, no, I can't join them. 10 o'clock at night, no, that's too late. That's too late.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the only thing, and that's something you can't do anything about at the moment. So maybe at some point, but not
Maybe
quite.
at some
Not
point. You know
quite.
what? When we get teachers from over in the UK, it'll be natural for them, right, to have it during your time. Yeah, I'm excited. Yay, yay!
I would love to see just peppered in here and there fun classes like belly dancing or Hawaiian hula dance. Just
Okay.
just to have fun.
Yeah.
Not that we don't have fun in our classes, but a different approach.
Yes. Yes. Just to mix it up a little, right?
Yeah. Not, for 6 weeks or anything, but
right.
just a little series.
That's so good. Absolutely. I will look into that. That's so great. And, although, we love the weights, we love the workout, there's always that day you wake up and you're like, oh, do I really have to go do this? And that's the time when you have an alternative class, like something mindless, that you can just go dance or go do something to expend energy, but not the same thing that you've been doing. Then when you come back to what you loved before that, then you love it again. Right? Yeah. Aw. So I just, we have only a couple minutes left, and I just want to kind of round back to what you guys said in the beginning about my teaching style. And it is very intuitive. It's very, very intuitive. And when you guys are all in class together, I am acutely aware of your strengths and what we need to make strengths, So it's, for people at home, it's not unlikely for me to say, okay, Jan, take a break. Judy, come on, lift higher. Joan, turn the weights horizontal.
Joan always needs 3.
What do you need?
I always need 3 suggestions, right? Joan, no, don't do that.
I'm good with all of the ones except don't do that.
Don't do that.
Not that one.
She's very patient. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I am very intuitive, and I do the classes. You kind of know what to expect. I'm going to get a total body sculpt with light weights, so you know what to expect, but you don't really know what's coming. And I think that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of refreshing for me.
Yes.
So.
And that's one thing I love about your classes. You have the 7 a.m. total body sculpt 3 days a week. Every single one of those classes is completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. It's not like you can say, oh, I could do that class in my sleep, because you can't.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about the way that you teach. It's not like, oh yeah, I got to do that one again, and it's the same old thing. It's never the same thing, although it is the same class. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Me too.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. That makes me so happy. I mean, eventually, when you are very familiar with all of the names of the moves that we're doing and why, eventually you're going to be able to piece it all together. Okay, so I see that, even though this class looks different, here's the things that are similar to that very first class that I took. You'll be able to line that up eventually. But my goal is that you're able to do that for yourself eventually, so that if there's no center, God forbid, I'm not thinking that, but or if you go on your own, if you outgrow the center, whatever it is, you know how to take care of yourself and how to continue, taking care of your body no matter what comes. So, yay. You guys are rock stars.
One more thing.
Yes.
A lot of people think that, you can watch DVDs at home
Yeah.
and do exercises that way. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's really helpful to have Nori say, Joan, put your shoulders back, put an orange between your chin and your chest, those kinds of things, because otherwise I would be hurting myself.
Exactly.
And on a DVD, there's no one there watching you. So you could be doing actual harm instead of, exercising for your health.
Yeah.
So that's why I think this is so wonderful.
Thank you, Joan. And that's so important, because if you do a DVD, you could do that bar class, if you don't have a mirror or you don't see yourself on the computer, or if you just don't have an eye for it, you could do that bar class where you're doing that thing with your leg and you build that movement into a habit, and then you find out that that habit isn't anatomically correct. Having to recorrect that is a lot of work. So thank you for bringing that up. And I love that myself. I mean, I don't think there's any well, maybe there's some things that match the treat, the pleasure of having a personal trainer. It is just such a gift that you give to yourself. I love when I go take a class and the trainer says to me, okay, go ahead and move your shoulders away from your ears, or, can you tuck your hips under? And I'm like, oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. It's such a treat. It's such a blessing. And it's such a blessing having you guys come on and talk about the center and talk about your amazing before and after pictures. And we only have about a minute left, but I don't know when it's going to be, but when we cut the ribbon on the center, it was in my mind that we're going to do a 1940 style pinup calendar. And of course, you can wear blue jeans with a rolled up shirt, if you want to be that kind of pinup. But that's going to be one of our celebrations for all of the amazing work that we've done. And I'll be surprised to see where that goes. I think people appreciate, women who have changed their bodies, especially women who aren't 25. I mean, we have that thing, you can't lose weight after 40, which is a lie. And then there's that certain expectation that you're supposed to get matronly. So I think people will really, respect and honor what the manifestation of our self-love is in the form of a calendar. So, yay! Thank you guys. Let me just, sorry?
How wonderful it would be to change people's idea of the fact of aging, and how it doesn't have to be the way that it's perceived, and the beliefs regarding aging. How lovely would it be to change that around, to plant new seeds of possibilities.
Yes.
Of health, of well-being, which is what you're doing with the centre.
Yes. And in ASEA, I'm probably not going to get it exactly right. In ASEA, we talk about aging youthful longer. Think about that. Aging youthful longer. That's really what we're doing, right? It's not the, I'm not going to age gracefully. No, we want to be graceful, right? Because we want to stay sturdy and erect, but we want to age in the opposite direction for a longer period of time, right? Thank you, you guys. You're rock stars. Susan said, great listening to your success. Aw, thanks for being here, Suze. Can't wait for you to come join us for a class. Yeah? We're holding space for you. Sherry said, will there be Friday's ladies' night? Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Yes. I think that's a great idea. You guys have given me such wonderful ideas. Jacqueline Kane, hi. I'm so happy you're here with us. I respect your time and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Suli. Thank you, everybody who's listening either live today or on the replay. I don't take your time for granted or your presence, so I'm deeply honored that you're here with us. And we'll be back in another time, I'm sure, to have another conversation and talk about how you've progressed, maybe in some months to come, or maybe spotlight, one of you at a time. You can't see who I'm looking at, but I'll have that in mind. So, all right. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time. And if you're interested in the spirituality, we do have Bible study and chat on Thursday morning with the amazing John Garland, and that's at 8 o'clock. So just go to the website, Center for Radiant Wellbeing, and you'll find everything that we offer. Thank you for the suggestions. Thank you for the love, everybody. We'll see you all next week, and it'll be at 7 o'clock. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.